COMECE delegation makes solidarity visit to Ukraine. Father Manuel Barrios Prieto speaks to Vatican News about the recent COMECE visit to war-torn Ukraine, which aimed to see the reality there with our eyes, and touch it with our hands. A delegation from the EU Bishops' Commission has returned to Brussels following a solidarity visit to Ukraine. The goal of the trip, Bishop Mariano Crociata said, was to witness firsthand the wounds inflicted upon this land and its people by Russia's brutal war of aggression. During the trip, the delegation, which was composed of 3 officials from the Commission of the Bishops' Conferences of the European Union, COMECE, visited multiple charity projects and humanitarian organizations, attended the funeral of a soldier, and met with the heads of the country's Greek Catholic and Latin churches. Father Manuel Barrios Prieto, COMECE General Secretary, spoke to Vatican News about the visit. Why did COMECE decide to make this trip to Ukraine? Since the beginning of the war, the Commission has been very close to Ukraine and its people. There have been many statements by the bishops condemning this war of aggression by the Russian Federation. We've made many calls for a just peace and for an end to the war. We've showed our closeness to Ukraine in many different ways. One important step is that we've invited representatives of the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church and of the Latin Church into our plenary assembly as observers. But also, from the beginning, we've wanted to go to Ukraine to give a sign of closeness to the people and the Church there, and hear from them what we can do to help them. The initial plan was an ecumenical trip together with the Conference of European Churches, but in the end that wasn't possible. So we wanted to at least meet with the Catholic Church in Ukraine, in the west of the country, and to experience what's happening there, to see the reality in the country with our eyes and touch it with our hands. What did you see? Of the things you saw, what made the biggest impact? Many things. It was a short visit, but very intense. For example, we participated in the funeral of a Ukrainian soldier who had died at the front. It was very moving, because we were able to celebrate the funeral together with the Greek Catholic bishop, and the soldier's brother was there. We had a first-hand experience of what war means, the death and the suffering it causes. There were several injured soldiers at the funeral. We went to the military cemetery and saw how it's growing, saw the photographs of the young soldiers who've died. We also met with people that are helping veterans and war victims and their families. We met people and that were helping veterans and helping victims of the war and their families. There was also an American woman at the funeral who approached a soldier and told him thank you for fighting for our freedom. That really touched my heart.